Hi there, welcome to another video for Juicer at Higher Level Maths. Today we're going to continue with statistics and look at sampling. Sampling has to do with populations and samples. And a population is the entire group that is being studied. So you could have the population of Ireland, which is everyone in Ireland, or you could have the population of Gallen Community School, which is everyone in Gallen Community School, or the population of your house at home is everyone in your house. So it's the entire group is the population. Sometimes when the population is too big, it can be very difficult to survey everyone. So if we were doing a survey of everyone in Ireland, it would be quite expensive to do that. Now they do it with a census, but only the government can manage to actually get to everyone. So what we do instead is we select a group from the population to survey, and that's called a sample. We can then use the information from the sample to draw conclusions about the population. So if we surveyed 100 people and if 80 of them said that they preferred apple juice over orange juice, well then you can say with a good likelihood that more people like apple juice than orange juice, because from your sample you had a pretty solid statistic that people preferred it. So you can then make conclusions about a larger group. When you're sampling, you need to be very careful to avoid bias. And we talked about bias yesterday, where we were talking about leaving out groups of people either intentionally or unintentionally, and that can happen with sampling. So how we avoid that, and this is quite important with the random sample now, because this can be asked as how would you carry one out and what is a random sample? Quite a common question. That's why it's marked with an NB. Random samples are a way of avoiding bias. Every member of the population has an equal chance of being selected. You have to make a mention of that equal chance. So how you carry out a random sample is you assign everyone in the population a number. That might be number 1, 2, 3, 4, or using their phone number, or everyone gets assigned a number. And then you pull numbers from a hat until you have enough people to fill your survey or your sample. You can also use a random number generator as a computer or machine, but you can say pulling from a hat for the purposes of the Junior Cert. Some of the limitations of statistics then is that it's very easy to make an error when you're recording data. So if I'm typing into the computer all the pieces of data, it's very easy to hit the number 6 instead of the number 7, and you put in an error in a piece of data. Or if someone is talking to me over the phone, maybe I will mishear them and write down the wrong piece of data. It can happen very easily. So if a value is way off and doesn't fit with the rest of the data, it's called an outlier. So it's a piece of data that just seems a bit strange because it doesn't fit with everything else that we've collected. So that's sampling and data. I hope you found it useful.